is recognized as a noble profession that plays a crucial role in shaping the future of society. As a result, teachers are expected to maintain high-level professionalism in their work, including having a code of conduct, a good relationship with other staff members and students, skills for maintaining discipline in a classroom, and the use of technology. Teachers are role models for their students. They inspire and encourage students to strive for greatness by realizing their full potentials. Teachers guide their students, teaching them how to become independent and form lasting relationships with class and schoolmates. Teachers are expected to abide by a professional code of ethics, which includes being truthful, hardworking, honest, and selfless. Sounds like a description of a superhuman being, right? Well, permit me to say that's why teachers are superhumans. I really need to pause here to specifically salute teachers out there. Teachers, take a bow for not just teaching us to read and write, but guiding us all on the right path and has formed us who we are today. I know we all have personal positive impacts from interactions with our teachers, past and present. I recall how, despite being visibly an art student, I was insisting on wanting to be a medical doctor. My teacher then, after several attempts at convincing me, decided to take me and other students on a field trip to the hospital. Crying profusely while face to face with some injured patients, plus the sight of blood, was a turning point and eye-opener for me. Other more resilient students, of course, made it into the medical profession. Welcome to 30 Minutes on NTA News 24. This edition will show why the importance of teachers and the teaching profession can never be compromised. Our first report is analyzing the significance of teachers and their role in shaping the future of students and society. As role models, it will also x-ray the teacher's code of ethics, the consequences of violating that code, as well as the qualities of a good teacher. Is Nigeria upholding global best practices in engaging teachers? Over to you, Abdusalam Jibrin.
According to a popular saying, a good teacher is like a candle. It consumes itself to light the way for others. Some educationists say this adequately captures the essence of teachers and the teaching profession, which they note is one of the oldest professions in the world. They stress that what defines a teacher is his or her ability to teach students and be a positive influence on them. They insist that in today's world, the role of a teacher in education goes beyond teaching. Teaching has different phases, and a teacher has to carry out the part of being an external parent, counselor, mentor, and role model, amongst others. Some experts note that in Nigeria, teaching plays a vital role in shaping the country's future and impacting students' lives. They maintain that many teachers across the country possess different qualities required of a teacher that includes creativity and patience.
Well, Nigerian teachers are people who are extremely committed, highly committed to their work, despite all the challenges they confront on a day-to-day basis. The teachers are actually the foundation for all professions and everything that we aspire for as a nation. You know, they are those who enable us are actually the teachers at all the levels, from primary, university level. So we have a duty to look after them, to provide a suitable environment for them to work and provide for their post-service, life. That's just what we have to do. And we are committed to that. Our president is committed to that. He's somebody who underscores and recognizes the importance of the teaching profession and education, generally speaking. And that's why he, as part of his policy, is prepared to put down up to a quarter of the budget of this country, for education, of which teachers are the foundation of it.
I am glad to even tell Nigerians that in spite of all the challenges, the Nigerian teachers are really doing a lot. They are doing it. We really appreciate their resilience. One of the Nigerian teachers has just won the African Union Continental Teachers Prize. Miss Adeola Adefemi, an English teacher from Okiodo High School in Alimosho in Lagos. She had just won the African Union Continental Teachers Prize for the first time that a Nigerian teacher will be winning that. Okay? You could see that in spite of the challenges that we face, because of some of the things that we are putting here, the Nigerian teachers are excelling. They are doing well. She won last year the presidential award in Nigeria. Now, this year, she has won the African Union Teachers Prize, Continental Teachers Prize, which is a big plus to our country and to our education system. That is to show you the kind of quality of the teachers that we are trying to produce in this country.
The role of teachers in any organization, any country, is something that is very, very significant. If you can recall, some years back, but then in our local community, the most important character in our village used to be the teacher. If there are issues that even concern the society, the community, they need to seek the counsel of the teacher, advice. Consequently, even as far back as remote areas are concerned, teacher, who are the practical implementers of education, they are actually the ones that give our children the enable environment to explore their hidden potentials, ensuring that they cultivate their creative thinking, and not only that, modeling their minds, modeling their ethic to complement whatever peers are doing. Such a character should actually recognize, which means I can see it's not out of place when International Labour Organization and UNESCO recommended is particular to set aside to celebrate appreciating teachers. I think it's the right decision for teachers to honor them.
Some analysts also stress that while being a teacher in Nigeria may seem like a noble profession, it comes with a lot of challenges. One of the biggest challenges Nigerian teachers face is the lack of adequate funding and resources, which affects the quality of education students receive and makes teaching a frustrating experience for teachers. Training and retraining has also been identified as a major challenge teachers face. The lack of professional development opportunities, such as regular workshops or training sessions, leaves teachers feeling stagnant and unable to improve their work.
Apart from registration and licensing of teachers, TRCN also provide what we call mandatory continuing professional development for teachers in terms of training. We have started since 2018, we started what we call the digital literacy training for teachers. Okay? Since 2018, we didn't even know that COVID will come. We started digital literacy training for teachers. And through the Global Partnership for Education, we got the funding through the Federal Ministry of Education in 2022. We trained over 22,500 teachers on digital literacy and online learning. Okay? Annually, we set aside our MCPD program to train teachers on core subjects like mathematics, English language, and ICT. Okay? These are things that we do at the level of TRCN. So we also monitor what goes on in the colleges of education and in the universities, faculties of education, to be able to know that the quality of teachers that are coming out are of good standard. These are part of our mandate.
The government policy of ensuring only even the canvassing for free, at basic level, free and compulsory education, I think is a signal that the government of Nigeria develop teachers. And not only that, the last government, they increase, they elongate the year of teachers in service, which will show that they appreciate. That is the only profession so far that was in the latest development that were given that a priority. Teachers, they give additional 5 years. It plus either during maybe age-wise or service-wise. They are 5 years. And I think, and in FCT, we do not only do that, we also demonstrating other incentives like village allowance, automatic promotion when due, and practical implementation of the salaries.
By virtue of the Teachers Registration Council of Nigeria, Act 31 of 1993, teaching is a profession and should, therefore, not be an all-comers affair. Experts say The profession should not be a profession for never-do-wells and quacks weeded out. Also, for improved, effective, and sustainable teaching and learning interventions, regular, effective, and efficient assessments, policymakers have been urged to implement and sustain monitoring and evaluation practices.
You see, the major problem actually is even with the parents. Some of the parents are lazy. We have told them that you can check the status of the teacher teaching your child on the TRCN website. We have what we call the teacher information system. Okay. If the name of that teacher is not there, that is to show you that that teacher is not registered with TRCN and is not a qualified teacher. Okay? And so what we are saying is that, look, yes, government alone cannot provide education for the country, for the teeming population. Yes, we require private participation. But to say that we require private participation does not mean that we should commercialize education and to begin to use people that are not qualified as teachers. Okay? These people are not teachers. They are just ordinary cheaters. Okay. And that's what we have been telling them. The government came out at a time, stated that by 2019, everyone must be registered with the Teachers Association Council of Nigeria. We started monitoring for compliance February 2020, but COVID came in, and that was why we stopped. But I want to assure Nigerians that we are going to continue now, and we will be more vociferous in our enforcement drive, because this is the time now for TRCN to actually go out and monitor and smoke out these people. Because no country will ever allow just anybody to stand in front of their children as a teacher. And if you check those countries where their education system is very strong, you will discover that what makes it strong, are the teachers.
And in FCT today, in FCT, you can't go to class if you don't have NC. That's the minimum teaching qualification. You don't take diplomas, HND as teachers now. Want to do that, you need to be trained. You need to be trained as a teacher, going through all pedagogical processes. And also, we have licenses. Number of teachers, we have licenses. We give them to be certified as teachers. So therefore, as I've said much earlier, as a good teacher, the qualification is there. You must be trained as a pedagogical individual. And not only that, you master the subjects, and not only that, ensuring that the needful is done. Just as I explained much earlier, that these children, the safety of our society depends on what you impact on the children.
It is often said that teachers' rewards are in heaven, not on earth. However, many are of the view that their rewards should begin here on earth before the ultimate rewards in heaven. As professionals, teachers should be treated with respect and dignity, just like other professionals in the society. They should be remunerated so as to attract the best hands. Some educationists emphasize that to address Nigeria's developmental challenges and set the country on the path of industrialization, the education sector must produce the manpower with valuable skill sets.
Thanks, Abdulsalam. Now, with the large number of out-of-school children projected to increase due to harsh economic conditions, are teachers seeking greener pastures and passions due to lack of commensurate salary and rewards? What are the steps taken by government to tackle issues and change the narrative for teachers? Thomas Ebetere will give us more details.
Teachers, no doubt, play a pivotal role in transforming the lives of their pupils or students in different ways. Teachers are often some of the first point of contact in our journey through life in terms of learning or knowledge acquisition. Experts are categorical that the importance of teachers in every field of human endeavor cannot be overemphasized. They noted that while teachers are doing their best in the discharge of their duties, that the high rate of out-of-school children in most parts of Nigeria is still feasible. This, they say, is not healthy for a nation like Nigeria with over 200 million persons, adding that the high number of out-of-school children in Nigeria may not be disassociated with insecurity, lack of infrastructure, and harsh economic conditions, among other reasons.
Definitely, according to UNESCO statistics of the recent, we have over 20 million out-of-school children only for Nigeria. This is pathetic, and one of the challenges we are having, they are not just out of school. They are out of school and they have nothing to do. If you are out of the four walls of schools and you have something doing, it won't be a problem. But these young children who are meant to be leaders of tomorrow are out of school and they have nothing doing. They are just roaming up and down looking for things to devour. So it is very, very important that we all see it from this lens that is truly a problem that needs to be addressed.
When you have major population that are not well informed, they can be manipulated by politicians, by all these religious extremists to cause problem. And so it's very frightening, and I felt we need to do something about it because there's a lot of children outside there who are supposed to be in school, but they are not there.
Experts decrying the rate at which teachers are migrating abroad for greener pastures say the teachers' migration issue has gotten to an alarming rate as they are leaving weekly, citing low salaries and lack of proper support system, among other reasons why teachers are leaving in large numbers.
It is very pathetic, that teachers are now leaving Nigeria to find greener pasture somewhere. Just as it is, the quality of leadership we have is a product of the teachers we are having, because it's about the issue of transfer of knowledge. So when the teachers are not well taken care of, definitely you will have product that will not stand the test of time. And I'm telling you, if I'm in a position to rearrange things, teachers will take the front lead because they need to be taken care of. Statistics have shown that most teachers are teachers because there were no alternative job. Assuming they have alternative job, they will not be in a class. It is not like in the 1960s where you see people passionate of teaching, they want to teach. Now it's because there are no jobs in the oil sector. There are no jobs in the government. So they look, I have no other thing, let me just go to class and teach.
The school system is designed with the mindset to raise individuals that would graduate eventually to source for job in the labor market. There should be a kind of redefinition of what education is in the country, and it should be strategically to solve problems that are related to our country. We should be able to generate, to graduate learners or students that would become entrepreneurs, to drive the economy, to provide products and services that would increase our GDP.
While highlighting some of the ways and areas government has failed in the education sector, they called on government to give the education sector more budgetary allocation. They also recommend ensuring the training and retraining of teachers on new age technology, in addition to offering scholarship to students studying education in higher institutions as an incentive, while ensuring employment of teachers is not politicized.
The federal government and the state government have to focus on releasing really good funding to the development of education, giving good infrastructures to schools, ensuring that quality teachers are introduced. How do you get quality teachers? You get quality teachers when the pay package is encouraging, when the welfare package is encouraging. So we look into the welfare and the pay package, and then you look at the environment. Build a conducive environment for teaching and learning, and you get the best.
In the next 5-10 years, we should have a plan that would accommodate a transformation in our educational sector. It is evident that the Nigerian curriculum is watered down and does not meet the 21st century expectations. And then that's why most schools, like the private schools, will fuse the British curriculum, Singaporean curriculum, the American curriculum to be able to upscale the standard of their school so that the learners or students who would graduate from the institutions would be able to compete at the global level.
And how can we address this problem, as you rightly asked, is for us to take advantage of informal education, enroll these people in skill acquisition training, ensure that if you're out of school, there's supposed to be an informal sector. It's the same thing that China does. You know, you don't need to be in school to know how to produce a microchip. Microchip is a project for every child that is giving birth. You know, they give, you know, all of them create things, not necessary until they're in the four walls of university. So we need to invest more on TVET. We need to invest more on informal sector. You know, if you are out of school because you don't have money to go to school, there's supposed to be a technical college or a technical school, like a technical informal sector somewhere where you can go and learn. And after learning, there should be a provision for empowerment.
Experts also suggest the provision of good insurance policy for all teachers, especially those living and working in insecurity-prone areas. They also call for overhauling of the educational system to accommodate new curriculum, subjects and programs that will include skill acquisition that make graduates more of entrepreneurs rather than job seekers. They appealed for specialized form of gratuity to appreciate teachers for their roles and contributions towards the development of the nation.
When you look at scholarship opportunities, it is tied towards most professions like the IT and the medical field, petrochemicals, but then we don't have enough scholarship opportunities for teachers who should be able to go to countries that are advanced to acquire knowledge that would be brought back to the country to develop our educational sector. Now we are faced with most major challenges of having professors who are outdated. I'm sorry.
The curriculum of our educational system should be reviewed. In fact, both the federal and the state government should focus more on skill development curriculum, where students and pupils can be exposed to basic skills that can help them, so that when they graduate, they can be self-reliant. We don't have it. Schools don't teach you how to make money. They only teach you, in fact, what we learned from schools and what they are still teaching is theoretical, it's not practical. And that is why we have low pace of development in our economy. All we know is just to cram and then write exam, pack the books there, go to the next class, cram again, pack the books there, then you graduate, you discover that you are empty. So I think the state government and the federal government must come and then focus on skill developmental curriculum.
Be a package, special package for teachers, most especially those in the insurgency state. You know, they are supposed to be an emergency insurance welfare for them. Apart from being in a class, you see people are being kidnapped. We heard what happened in Kaduna, in Taraba, in Katsina, in Maiduguri. You know, students are being kidnapped. You know, what happened to teachers too? You know, they need to have an emergency pension or an emergency pool fund. Let it be a pool fund for them. We should not wait until an emergency before we then start running up and down looking for money. There's supposed to be a pool of fund for that essence so that they will feel at home. They will feel, you know, even if something happened to me, I am sure that it will be well with my children.
They urged the Nigerian Union of Teachers, saddled with the responsibility of fostering unity and progress among all teachers in Nigeria, to uphold professionalism that will enshrine genuine respect and knowledge for teachers and the profession, and enhance the socio-economic well-being of members. The union, they say, must ensure that the welfare and well-being of teachers are prioritized.
So we need to understand that it is not easy for the teachers' union also, but they are trying. But they need to do more. Most especially, they need to cry out more. They need to be strategic. They need to be futuristic. You know, because if you go to school now, we only have old men teaching. I'm telling you, young people rather be artisans, you know, than go to class and teach. And the generation we are going to is a generation of AI. Most of our parents don't even know the difference between the artificial intelligence and robotic system, you know, because they are elderly. During their time, there were no artificial intelligence. So there is need to make it juicy, the union to make it juicy for young people to join.
The teaching profession should be redefined by the government to ensure that teachers are well appreciated and could stand publicly without any fear or intimidation or prejudice to say, I am a teacher.
The consensus is that the education sector must be prioritized both at the federal, states, and local government levels in accordance with the Millennium Sustainable Development Goals. They opine that if the country must get everything right in all spheres of the economy, it must deploy best practices in prioritizing the teaching profession, or the nation may continue to run in circles.
Definitely, without teachers, the world will lack the guidance and expertise needed to educate future generations and miss out on the benefits of personalized instructions and feedback. Suffice it to say, the absence of teachers will have profound impact on quality of education and development of society as a whole. We again give kudos to teachers in Nigeria and around the world. Your task is not for the faint-hearted. Why not reach out at least to one teacher today to say thank you in a special way? That's 30 minutes on NTA News 24. Let's keep the date. Next week, same time, same station. I'm Lydia Sams.